And Tropicana gets its roof torn off, Tropicana Stadium that the Tampa Bay Rays play in. And if you look into it, Tropicana orange juice was created in 1947 at the same time the U.S. military did their first ever experiment on a hurricane. You guys look it up, 1947, first experiment on a hurricane. Bradenton, Florida is where Tropicana orange juice was created. Bradenton. So you just happen to have Anderson.
I can have non-sexual orgasms within my body, pleasures that I didn't know were possible.
Fuck yeah. There's another short hat.
You deserve that, wrestler.
It's true. You do this.
It's damn near like a rite of passage in this. Oh my god, it's working.
Mandy says that Dolly grips harder than me. This is fucking unacceptable.
Get cold out, bitch. You don't grip enough.
I really haven't been grifting hard enough. You guys, I just found out I have cancer.
Bank account cancer?
Got cancer in your pee-pee?
You have cancer.
All right, but seriously, donate some fucking money just because I might have cancer and just not know about it.
And to be fair, that is untreated, unknown cancer is the worst type of cancer because it's untreated.
Right,
So I think
and unknown.
For untreated cancer people, get out your wallets, open your wallets, open your heart.
I can't believe I have the worst type of cancer there is. This is tragic. I just need some money.
God is so good. The stillness is so gentle. The silence is powerful. See, because it's through the silence of our listening and our seeking that God reveals the wisdom. The wisdom is realized in the silence from within you. The silence within you is beyond the mind chatter, behind those gossiping and controlling voices that are always around, whether it's in your ears or around. There's voices and gossip and voices and words that want to control you, want to interrupt your peace, interrupt your silence. You choose what you allow.
You choose what you allow. Good morning, beautiful people out there. How are you? We got some firearms to show today because I have recently found a bunch of shorts content creators that show a quick review of awesome firearms and then shooting, and I want to show them off to you because it's cool as shit. I've been made aware of a social issue, which is where some lady ran a fox preserve and was bullied into suicide by the Transformer community. So I want to get into that story, but I don't understand exactly what's going on. A friend of mine just told me about it before I went live. And apparently the woman's husband made a video on it. So I don't understand. Oh, here it is. Oh no. This is bad. So we'll go with that first. What's up, Denny? How you doing today, buddy?
Yo.
So, how much of that intro did you catch?
Intro?
Yeah, not intro, but the explanation of what we're about to watch. Did you hear
All of
it? Okay.
I'm subbed to her, by the way.
I did not know that.
I just heard about her passing yesterday.
Yeah, a friend of mine just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, if you need something to talk about," and I'm like, well, "This is a tragedy, so I don't want to poke fun, and that's typically what we do." He's like, "Nah, people need to talk about this because she was done horribly wrong, and there needs to be justice done. People don't need to just let it die." So that's my opinion because of what he told me. Good morning, Stang. What's up, Panfusa? Yeah, and I had just gotten told right before I hit the live button, one of the Transformers on a Reddit post said that they are not sorry for what they did, and like this is like I had gotten an argument with my cousin. She had come to visit my mom because my mom's not doing well, and she stopped down, and me and her were talking about politics and the like that families talk about. And of course, all the women under the age of 35 in my family are like hella liberal. And we got on the topic of trans and all that. And of course, she started hitting me with, well, people, the rates of self-deletion amongst that group would stop if people stopped bullying them. And I'm like, but yet shit like this happens is what I think about every fucking time. Like that's a ruthless mob that cries out in pain as it hits you, as it strikes you. It's fucking annoying. What's up, Panfusa? I thought you'd have your bread avatar. We have some people in chat that might show up later that might want to hear you talk about bread because they like baking. What's good, Gar? What's up, Austin? Badass, David? How you guys doing out there in La La Land?
She put out a video a little while ago too. She started crying. She was saying that she kind of misses her foxes because she doesn't get to spend any real time with them anymore. She's only like the content took over everything.
Oh,
so
no.
like she had to create content out of like being with her foxes, and so like that's all it became. Everything was content, and she didn't actually like. She missed her foxes, I think is what she said, right? It's like even though she was recording herself with them all the time, it was fake. Or it was like not the same thing, right? She couldn't really be herself.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's tragic. Imagine treating someone who takes care of nature or wild animals or just a good soul like that. Imagine treating them like shit. That's fucking crazy. I'm also losing subs. Like I'll get up to like the 300 mark and then I'll lose like 7. And Joe Cool has already said that he's been unsubscribed. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, acid reflow, that is true. I mean, obviously, and to be completely fair, right? The Transformer who's talking shit should probably be prosecuted for harassment. But to be fair, the woman had to have had some type of mental problems or problems going into this that were exacerbated by the bullying. In my opinion, people don't just choose to end it because of something bad happening. It's usually an amalgamation of terrible events and other things going on. So
fame became a double-edged sword that ended in a tragedy for Michaela. According to online estimates, she raised over $1 million in funds with the help of GoFundMe and donations to provide a shelter for abandoned foxes. and she successfully gave shelter to over 400 foxes through her selfless efforts. Her mission was so impactful that people made online searches for Save a Fox.
So, what exactly is an abandoned fox in this context? You've watched her stuff.
I don't know what that means. I watch her stuff because I sub to shelters, you know, and I like to watch videos about animals being rescued and taken care of. All I ever saw was her just hanging out on the farm with the foxes, and feeding them and playing with them and training them. And I never saw her abuse a fox. I'll tell you, I used to be sub to somebody else who, like, would abuse her cat for clicks and views, and I've like commented like maybe 3 times on her videos, but I unsubbed and told YouTube not to show me again. You know what I mean? I didn't like bully her about it, but her videos made me sick. Like every time I saw it, like, you know, try to pretend like the cat's talking by squeezing it inappropriately and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Knowing when your cat's irritated and then pretending like it's just having a conversation. So you keep like touching it over and over again to get it to complain, things like that.
There's a lot of overlap in those communities, so probably both. My bad. Go ahead, Dennis.
But I never saw her, Michaela, do anything like that. I subbed very recently, though, like within the last year.
I just don't. I'm not a very empathetic person, but I don't like this. Like, this makes me very angry, and I don't want to use it for, like, I don't want to push my beliefs off on it. Obviously, we all know with my interactions with Transformers and the YouTube spaces I'm in, like, my typical way of dealing with them is, once I find out they're a Transformer, I do not affirm their delusions. I treat them with respect and dignity of a human. That's how I treat everyone. But this shit right here, like, it literally, this is what happens when you allow the fucking insane to run the asylum.
Near me. Despite having rehabilitation and care centers in Florida and Minnesota, people were also inquiring about Save a Fox centers from different locations to help foxes with the help of Michaela's foundation. Now taking some time to look at her personal life. Well, Michaela married Ethan Frankamp back on December 23, 2020, and they had a daughter named Freya. The couple met on a rescue mission as Ethan was also a volunteer in the mission to save foxes. Later on, they decided to help each other in life and started a new life. Most of us are familiar with the fact that Michaela's life has not been that easy. Michaela battled with autism and depression. She was battling...
Yeah. Like I was saying, like, and I'm not gonna talk shit on that, on either one
She
of those.
lived with borderline personality disorder. That's the tough one. To know you have it, you know, and to try to be married and have kids anyway.
Oh yeah, no, like, I've dealt with certain people who have, like, not borderline, but full-on dissociative identity disorder. So, like, I know how much it can fucking suck for those people and the people around you dealing with that stuff.
Be careful not to get caught up in a narrative just because it affirms certain emotions, though. Like, oh no.
The narrative that I've been told and what I'm gathering from all of this is that someone who was broken and sad or had problems found something that they enjoyed doing and they loved doing, and they did because they were genuinely a good person, and then some internet community, because it's a real woman, got angry and they despise real women when they're happy and want to make them miserable, is what I'm getting from it.
Yeah, I'm not sure any of that happened.
I don't know. We'll see.
some mental health challenges which Ethan clarified and which he was very sensitive for. But despite all the positive and selfless work, the worst took place. She was hit with harsh online criticism, even faced accusations of hoarding foxes or unethical rescues. And if you don't know, there have been searches related to Save a Fox controversy today, Save a Fox controversy Reddit, and Is Save a Fox legit on Google? One of the main reasons that sparked these controversies is pointed to snark subs like Save a Fox. As we can see the comment on the subreddit, where a user claimed that this snark sub was responsible for this. He wrote, "As many of you may have seen by now, Michaela has passed away. As many of you also may know, this was due to online bullying here on Reddit. I requested to moderate this subreddit today because it had no moderators anymore, and I wanted to make sure that the legacy Michaela has built lives on, and that there is a safe and kind community on Reddit where fans can come together. Moreover, a lot of online users have commented that Michaela had been a target of cyberbullying for years. They even claimed that people have accused her of all sorts without proof, and there was a whole subreddit dedicated to bashing her and the foundation with baseless accusations. After this tragic incident took place, Save a Fox's Reddit criticism subs were privatized and the moderators vanished. To everyone's surprise, and just a week ago, Michaela died by taking her own life, as this was confirmed and announced by Ethan in a tearful video that was uploaded back on June 23rd on their YouTube channel. If you want more details, please visit their YouTube channel, Save a Fox, and watch the video. An unimaginable loss for the rescue. He even claimed that she couldn't bear what she was feeling any longer, every negative word she absorbed. He condemned the bullies, vowed to continue her work, and urged those in crisis to seek help. He also promised to continue Michaela's effort in the near future. Michaela's story sparked renewed discussion on cyberbullying's devastating effects and calls for online accountability. Michaela's story is powerful, and a heartbreaking warning that even online cruelty can lead to these tragic outcomes. And if you're also struggling, then please reach out to the online support community and do visit the website, www.crisistextline.org. That's the end of the video. Please support Michaela's work, follow Save a Fox on socials, help them by donating in Michaela's selfless cause, and let's honor Michaela's legacy by lifting others, not tearing them down.
Damn. I kind of want to find, so I have the actual video her husband put out right here. If y'all want to watch it, it's 11 minutes long.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, no, that's the thing, Acid. That's the thing that gets me. By the way, this is an open panel. The link should be pinned, or you can use the commands which are in the description to get the link. But this is annoying. Like, it's heartbreaking. Like, I don't like that they did what they did. But here's the actual husband.
Hi everyone. I just want to start this video out by saying parental advisory. This is not a video for children. And a trigger warning. Some of the things you're about to hear are going to be triggering for some people. I don't have approval from the board to make this video, but I have to say what needs to be said. I have to. This is a video I never planned on making, and it's completely devastating having to sit down and write this out. But a couple days ago, Michaela Rains passed away. This is the most hurtful and difficult time of my life, so please bear with me as I try to read this through the tears. Michaela was the most bright and shining example of what you could accomplish if you really set your mind to something. She was never held back by ideas that everyone else considered unrealistic. As many of you know, she was on the autism spectrum, and while that made her life very difficult, it allowed her to hyper-focus on one thing, and that one thing was obviously animals. From a young age, she dedicated every waking hour of her life to helping them, whether it was helping a snapping turtle cross the road or saving 500 foxes from a terrible fur farm. She was never in it for fame, money, or personal gain. She was truly one of the most selfless people I have ever known. She put the animals' well-being over her own time and time again. She would forgo sleep, eating, and showering if there was an animal that needed her help. And it was not just foxes. I've seen her help birds, reptiles, sheep, squirrels. I truly believe when it came to animals, she could do anything. She would build the strongest bonds with all of the animals here, constantly working to earn their trust and create a lasting connection. Every single animal here just lost their best friend. And over the course of her life, she was responsible for saving into the 4 figures of animals, and all of your support made that possible. She would always love the letters that you would send, the pictures and paintings that the children made, and the kind words and comments in your posts. Her words were heard by millions and has affected more lives.
We are going over the Save a Fox Foundation, the loss of the lady who ran it due to cyberbullying and from Transformers on Reddit.
Personally than I could ever hope to count. She was not just a rescuer, but an advocate. Her legacy is Save a Fox. And despite her being the most important part of that, I am not going to let it stop here. I will do whatever I can to see Save a Fox keep moving forward to save as many lives as possible. I gave Michaela all of my love and energy, and I will do the same with this rescue going forward. As long as you are all here to support us, we can do this. And I will try to keep the content coming since that is such an important part of our funding. As long as you all can continue donating, interacting online, buying merch, and coming here for tours, we can continue to help the many helpless animals that need us and educate and bring awareness to everyone. This is what Michaela would want, and I have to see her goals and dreams be realized. Aside from being the amazing superhero of animals, Michaela was also a wonderful wife and a caring mother. Every day I would wake up to a list from her on exact...
The only thing that makes me mad at Michaela, because funny enough, I had a cousin named Michaela that killed herself when she was a teenager. The only thing that makes me mad at people who commit suicide, especially in this case, is she had a child that is now going to grow up without a mother, which makes me even more infuriated at the fucking Reddit and the fucking Transformers as well. Like, this is fucking wild to me.
Exactly what we needed to accomplish in the day. Her work ethic was, for lack of better words, relentless. But we did everything together. Despite her pouring out all of her love for the animals, she still found some love to give to me. I have never shared a bond with anyone the way I have with her. We spent nearly every moment of every day together. And now half of me is missing. Sorry. She had so many lofty goals and aspirations, and she would push and push until it got done. But despite all of this, she was a best friend to Freya. And every day she would teach her how to interact with, respect, and care for the animals here. They would go on pony rides together, swing in the fox yards, and take care of Freya's little cockroaches. The first thing Freya would want every morning is mommy. But through all of this, for her entire life, she struggled. She struggled with autism, with depression, with borderline personality disorder, and more. She was always in and out of different kinds of therapy, trying various mood stabilizers and meds, but nothing really seemed to help. Simple tasks were hard for her. Looking at her from the outside, you could never tell what was going on in her head, but even just socializing would send her over the edge. Looking at a cluttered restaurant menu would make her just want to leave. And wearing the jeans that she loved would give her so many sensory problems that it could ruin her entire day. And if you follow her personal page, she loved helping educate people about the problems that she and others faced on a daily basis. She would stay up late at night writing away about things out of her control and how she would attempt to cope with them.
Yeah, I can't watch any more of that for reasons. We're gonna have to move on from this. Here is the link for you guys if y'all want to watch it. But I was where he was at a couple months ago. So Jesus Christ, do I know how he's feeling. And it is not a good place to be in. Changing your name to Misty. Let's get to some guns. Alright. How about this? This is a survival rifle. And I'll just let the guy doing it show it to you.
You haven't seen one of these before. This right here is the M6 Scout. This is issued to the United States Air Force in the event of a plane crash to help forage for food. It's a break action, just like a shotgun, and it actually takes two different calibers, 22 Hornet and 410. As you can see, it folds up real nice for a bag, and then you have your ammo compartment in the back. Got some 410 right here, and then all these.
Hello, bread man. How are you doing?
Hello there. I'm doing well.
Hopefully the ladies who like to make bread come in so they can talk to you. I told them about your profile picture being bread that you made.
Yes. There's bread people. You're finally reaching out to BreadTube.
Reaching out to everybody.
Yeah.
It's a 22 Hornet. To determine which caliber you want to fire, all the way up is 22 Hornet, all the way down is 410, and in the middle is safety. It has a very strange trigger. Instead of pulling back like a normal one, you almost pull up. First, let's load around a 22 Hornet, and then around a 410. Starting off, we're going to shoot the 22 Hornet. Next, the 410. Overall, pretty cool survival rifle. Comment down below your thoughts. It was Young Gun and we out. Bet you haven't seen one of these before.
Would y'all rock one of those?
Of course.
Possibly. You know, if I didn't already have a collection of firearms.
I like this one. I like this bolt action rifle more.
Funny thing is about that rifle is that specific kind of rifle, there's two versions, and it's about the bayonet slot. There's one, when they first introduced it, the soldiers being soldiers, would kept locking the bayonet sockets together, and you couldn't get them apart. So they had to then designedly drill a hole into the bayonet socket. That way you could release it if they get it stuck in between each other.
I was gonna tell that story because I love that fucking story of just men being men, because I would have been one of the guys who did that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm that retarded.
Oh, let me stick your socket inside my socket. Oh.
I don't like that you said it that way.
It's French, you know, they're gonna do it.
Pretty much. This is a Winchester 88-7, but it is a 1887, but it is a copy from a Chinese firm.
It immediately blows up.
So boss level would be if you had two of them, one for each hand.
That would be pretty fucking dope.
Fucking, it reminds me of the Black Ops 1 mission where you escaped the prison with Reznov on the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Freedom, Reznov! Not for me, Mason, for you!
Everybody needs a commie older brother that, you know, sacrifices themselves.
Yeah. You know, like the way I always say it, better dead than red, and
we're coming up, like, not this video, but the next video is my favorite rifle that I just want one so bad. I don't know why.
a Ruger.
It's not my favorite, but I believe it's the next video. My favorite that I want is a Henry Homesteader 9mm carbine. I have one of those. I will admit I'm a lazy bastard.
There is something superhuman about a 22, you know?
Oh yeah,
like,
no,
especially like.
Go ahead. My bad.
I learned on a 30-06 and then a 45 Magnum. So like, once you fire a 22, it feels like you're just pew-pewing out of your fingers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not only that, they're extremely fucking accurate. I can knock the fucking neck of a bottle from 200 yards away.
Yeah. No, it's the first gun I ever trained on, and I still have it, is a 7.62 by 39 cartridge. So.
Well, 22s are always fun because they're cheap and plentiful.
Oh yeah.
Ammunition, that is.
Yeah. No, I have a buddy of mine we're gonna go up to a gun range here soon, and I can't wait for all the boomers to see my Bubba-fied fucking SKS. Dude, unintentionally Bubba-fied, but my Bubba-fied SKS with a fucking 20-round magazine.
Them boomers are gonna come in like it's a strip club, like, hey, look at this. Like, what is up with boomers and Bubba-fying military surplus? Like, that infuriates me so much.
Yeah. No, it's just that, and also because it's 7.62 by 39, they're gonna get pissed off. Like, why do you need such a big rifle? Why do you need so much rounds? A good old bolt
Literally an intermediate cartridge when a bolt action is like 9 times out of 10 bigger. That's crazy. You're right. I've dealt with boomers. Austin says I learned on a 50 cal machine gun at the age of 4. Hell yeah, brother.
Are you an Iraqi fucking child?
They don't get 50 cals. They get that AK-47 or AK-74 with the scope, like duct tape to the top.
I'm gonna look up Little Champ real quick. But this right here is like my new obsession. It's not my favorite that I was talking about, but it's a new obsession of mine when it comes to guns.
Yeah. So you can know what it's like to hunt engines.
I don't know about all that, but I'm gonna be real. I like that. So I got the one. I don't know why. I just like pump action anything, right? It makes me happy. Like I love a good 12 gauge with a solid action. But that shit it looks so great. I don't like it because of where it's made.
Yeah.
But I would definitely purchase one from another manufacturer.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of bolt actions myself.
I think this is the rifle that Sasquatch was talking about. And it looks cool as hell. It's a Varmint 22 rifle.
In Model 24
I've seen
takedown,
one of those.
chambered in 22 LR.
That's when I looked it up. When I looked it up, this is what I got. So confirm or deny.
What was that in there?
That's where you load it.
Fear?
Remington Model 24 takedown,
Fair.
chambered in 22 LR.
I had a breech. My grand. I think I know what Sasquatch is talking about because my grandfather, had one that was like this, exactly like that, except for it was slightly bigger and it did not break down. So these breech loaders are crazy. And then we got my favorite gangster gun coming up right here. This all Thuggerillas should have one of these. It's so fucking great. Here we go. Oh, we lost
Glock
Panthers.
with a 100-round mag.
Nah, this one holds the rounds. Don't eject them.
Down at the range today with the Smith & Wesson 327, the ultimate 357 Magnum snub nose. Holds 8 shots, and this thing has single and double action. An ultralight, very rare frame. More information on the channel. Subscribe for all of that full review and info. But let's take some shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Down at the range today with the Smith & Wesson 327, the ultimate
I like
357 Magnum snub nose. Holds 8 shots, and this thing has single and double action. And
Look at it. It's like holding a brick. See, I don't really like the snub nose. I want at least a 6-inch barrel. Kidding,
Well, the
at least
special.
a 4-inch barrel. What you said about the special?
The special is good. It's not too short.
Fair.
ultralight, very rare frame. More information on the channel. Subscribe for all of that full review.
38.
Oh, but let's take some shots.
Yeah, 38 special. Yeah, no, the 38 special is perfect. That's the that's my Madre's ECD before she lost her leg. .38 specials are also really great for women in general, especially if you got arthritis. So what you all came for today, we're going to start reviewing some body cam footage.